We're told to chase, to build, to hold on. But in your 20s, one of the most powerful things you'll ever learn is how to let go. To let go of toxic people, old versions of yourself, and of dreams that no longer serve you. Because if you don't release what's weighing you down, you'll never step into the life that's waiting for you. My name is Angelene, and I help 20-somethings stop wasting time and start living intentionally. As a fellow woman in her 20s, I know firsthand how hard it is to know where to start, how to really live to your fullest potential in this ever-changing, confusing decade of your life. That is why I decided to make this channel and create this 5-part foundational series to give you the blueprint of where to start to enter your intentional 20s. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to release what no longer aligns with you so that you can step into your next self. Let's talk about why this topic really matters. Why is this part of my 5-part foundational series? Being in our 20s, it's really hard being uncomfortable, and I feel like this decade of life is just completely uncomfortable unless we start putting ourselves in very tight boxes where we continuously stay in our comfort zone and never push ourselves out of it to grow, push past our limits so that we can grow and truly find out who we really are. We hold on out of comfort or guilt or a layer of fear. But to be honest with you, holding on and staying stuck hurts so much more in the long run. It probably is hurting you right now as well, and you're not even realizing how much it's taking a toll on you. Learning to let go and ultimately having the courage really freed me from overwhelming busyness, stress, and self-shrinking thoughts. And you're talking to a girl that has the hardest time letting go. I have had a record in my life of not being able to let go of things and really fearing change. I think only a few times in my childhood where I really did something so out of my comfort zone in terms of like when I was in middle school, I tried out for the wrestling team. I was the only girl on the wrestling team. I did like open mic nights and like drama and stuff like that in high school. Other than that, I always lived in the same place. I had a very hard time getting over breakups. It was a hard time for me in my younger years. In my 20s, I was actually forced into so many uncomfortable situations, through uncomfortable situations with my family. In turn, tried so hard to like run away from those things. So like I saved up money because I wanted to move out. I ended up moving out. I moved out with a boyfriend at the time, which wasn't really the best idea, but I mean, that was a whole new dynamic. Number one, moving out for the very first time at 20 years old, crazy in itself. That's number one. Number two, moving out with a boy. It was just a lot that I had to learn really fast, and I wasn't fully prepared for that. I think I just really wanted something to hold on to feel like I had control over, because I was so uncomfortable in my life and my family situations. Coming from the girl that has had a hard time letting go, being forced in uncomfortable situations, learning how to let go has really pushed me to accept, pushed me to create the space for new things. And that's why I'm here today. This is the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. It is basically a philosophical book. If you've been watching my videos, you know what this is. Today, I wanted to give you guys this page because this is the day that this video will be posted, and no matter what day you're reading this or seeing this, it was meant to be. First, let's talk about what letting go actually looks like. What is letting go? Let's do a little ChatGPT definition of what letting go means. Letting go means releasing something you're holding on to that no longer serves you, whether that's a person, memory, expectation, or version of yourself. A philosophical, deeper sense definition of it. Letting go is about acceptance and freedom. Recognizing you can't control everything, allowing change, loss, or endings without clinging, releasing attachment, which leads to less suffering. In short, letting go means loosening your grip on what's holding you back so you can make space for growth and new beginnings. So what does that actually look like on a daily basis? Like, what are things that you can actually do? First, I wrote creating boundaries. This is a big B word, okay? Let's do a definition for boundaries so that you guys can understand what that means, because I didn't know the real concept of boundaries in terms of like how it can help my life and help me live a better life until I started therapy when I was 21, this is when I really started to fall in love with that concept and recognize that I had been lacking real boundaries in my life. And that's why I was such an insecure, anxious person. And once I started finding boundaries in my life and actually implementing it, I started having more respect for myself, believing more in myself and trusting in myself, in my path. And that's when I started really accepting the fact that letting go is actually serving me. Like, it's actually serving me in my life in the best way possible. The general definition: boundaries are the limits you set to protect your time, energy, and well-being. Example: saying no to working on your day off is a boundary. Philosophical in a deeper sense definition: boundaries are about defining where you end and others begin, mentally, emotionally, and physically. They reflect self-respect and clarity about what you will and won't allow. In short, boundaries are the lines you draw to honor yourself while still connecting with others. This is as big of a concept in this foundational series as self-awareness is. You need to know your boundaries in your life because this is how people will respect you. This is how you respect yourself. Boundaries are different for everybody, okay? It could really range from so many things, but you just have to be clear and precise about what you expect from people, and if they're able to deliver, then they deserve a spot in your life. Letting go looks like choosing peace over being right, because the more that we extend our energy to argue, to be right, to get our point heard, it says a lot more about us, ourselves, than it does about the other person. Like, why do we need to be heard so badly by these people that don't care to hear you? These people genuinely don't care to hear you. So why are you explaining yourself so much and so often to these people? It says a lot more about you. It says a lot more about how you need to turn around and listen to yourself and accept yourself and find people in your life that accept you. It could be your loved ones. If you start to feel yourself festering about something that they did, it's basically implementing that you recognize the battles that you want to take with your loved ones. Do I want to really be heard over this topic, or can I just accept the fact that maybe we both had a bad day, or maybe we just miscommunicated, and you know what, I know at the end of the day you love me, you understand me. I'm choosing peace over here, and I don't need to be told that I'm right in this scenario. Letting go is distancing yourself from what drains you, even if you still love them. It's okay to allow space between them and you if they've been consistently breaking your boundaries or disrespecting you, taking out their emotions on you, and always pushing negative emotions and a situation onto you. It's okay to distance yourself from these people. Even if you still love these people, even if you still want a relationship one day, it's okay to distance yourself for a little bit to see if they will start to understand where they're at, what they're doing is wrong. And I think that's just something that some people don't understand for a long time, especially on the opposite, like the receiving end of people that notice that you're pulling away or letting go. I don't think they fully understand this concept of why you're doing that, because they are so engulfed in their own emotional pain. They can't possibly understand what you're going through, what they're putting you through, because they don't understand themselves. It's really hard with those types of people, but I can assure you that distancing yourself will bring up a lot of pain, but in the long run, it's going to be the best course of action for you. Letting go is also about having compassion for yourself and having grace for setbacks, knowing that steady growth is so much better than having perfect growth. We are in an ongoing uptrend. We are trending upwards. We have higher highs and higher lows. Throughout it all, we're still going up, we're still growing. And as long as we accept that, we start to fully engulf ourselves in the experience and find the peace and acceptance to really let go. Point number 2, I wanted to name some things that you might need to let go of. Sometimes we don't know what's bad for us or what's not good for us until somebody actually validates it. Kind of point the fingers at the things that you are thinking about letting go of right now and giving you the permission and validation to finally let that thing go. Here are some things that you might need to let go of that I wrote down. Toxic or one-sided relationships, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those friendships, your boyfriend, your girlfriend that are not putting in the effort, abusive relationships that are toxic emotionally, physically. You might need to let go of old identities of yourself, the parts of you that are a perfectionist, because perfection doesn't exist. Parts of you that is a people pleaser, because people pleasers don't have boundaries. They say yes to everything and then they drain themselves in the long run. In your survival self, if you are stuck in fight or flight mode, you need time and space to learn grounding techniques like breathing practices, meditation practices, journaling, those anchor habits I talked about in the last video. Your survival self is a part of yourself that's stuck in this anxious loop. You might need to let go of outdated beliefs about love, relationships, success, failure. Older generations really put into our heads that like, we need to get that job. We need to go to college. We need to make something of ourselves. And if you don't by this time, or your cousin did it before you did, or your brother did it before you did, take a look at what they're doing and follow them, constantly comparing you to other successes, other versions of success. Letting go of the need to uphold yourself to other people's expectations. These are outdated beliefs. These are not your beliefs. Your version of success, your version of failure, your version of love is all that matters. Failure is really subjective. How can you say that I truly failed at something? I mean, how did I fail if there was another opportunity for me to keep going? Explain that. You might need to let go of unrealistic timelines and dreams that no longer serve you. I am so guilty of unrealistic timelines because I always thought I was going to be a millionaire in my early 20s. I always thought, yeah, I'm going to be so rich. Like in the next year, I'm going to be so rich. And I say that like every single year. I'm still going to continue to say I'm going to be rich within the next year because I'm manifesting. That's number one. Number two, I don't have unrealistic timelines and expectations about this anymore because this had such a chokehold on me because I was like, okay, I'm gonna get rich so quick, and if I don't, like, I'm such a failure. I don't think of it that way. I'm gonna think, look, I'm gonna be rich and wealthy. Money is not gonna be a problem. I'm gonna be financially free within the next couple years, and it's gonna take some time, but I'm not gonna put a cap on it. There's no specific date that it needs to happen. I just know that it's part of my timeline. It's part of my path, and I will reach it at some point. And until then, I will continue to live in the moment and do the best that I can to get there. And the last thing that I wrote for the list of things that you might need to let go of is the guilt for outgrowing others. Like I said earlier, it's totally okay to outgrow friends, family members, places, jobs, if it's not aligning with your life anymore. If it doesn't adhere to the values in your life and it doesn't make sense anymore, it doesn't have to fit. It doesn't have to be there. And people in general will always think that they have a spot in your life. Nobody has a guaranteed spot in your life except for you. It's okay with recognizing going down the same path with the same people is not getting you anywhere anymore. And you need to distance yourself or cut them off completely, or build better boundaries around these people. It's okay. You don't need to have guilt to start showing that respect towards yourself. My third and last point for this topic is mindset shifts. Recognizing that release is not failure. You're not giving up. You're simply creating space for what's better. Letting go and learning to let go means you have so much courage and you really value your self-worth. This quote just stays in my head rent-free. I think I actually heard it when I watched The Conjuring, which is so funny. It is from The Conjuring. I've been rewatching them because the last one is coming out. Arnie said, being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you're scared, but you hang in there. And that's pretty much how I feel about letting go. It's being brave through fear. Inevitably, just choose you, because you and your life is a non-negotiable. You have every right to do whatever it takes to uphold your self-respect, to give yourself the best possible chance of being a light in this world, of being the best possible version of yourself. Because growth is not always about gaining. Sometimes it's truly about releasing. This is the journal prompt for video 4. This is my 4th journal prompt of this channel, which is so exciting. For today's video, I thought the most fitting journal prompt was, what are you still holding on to that's holding you back? If you released it, what would change? Add this to your introspective time. You can journal it on your own or you can answer it in the comments. Either way, I'm always open for a conversation in the comments with you guys. Again, this is my 5-part foundational series. This is video 4. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. For a more intentional you, hit subscribe and leave a like so that more people in their 20s can find this channel and these videos and get the help that they need as well. And if you're serious about your intentional 20s, check this video out. I will see you guys there. Bye.